one, just reached into my drawer of locks, and just so happened I pulled out one of the ones that I got from Random Locks. This one is the half and half. It is a master Dexter key, but nonetheless it's a quickset style keyway. So generally with quicksets, I like to use a medium or a deep hook. Looking for my tension tool here. There's one of them. I guess this one will do. And I want to use another homemade hook. These homemade hooks are just pretty much tailor-made for me. And just so I can get a feel for what's binding, I'm going to go in with a medium to heavy tension. Okay, I just got a nice click out of 5 and took me straight into a false set. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit too, kind of help you all out. Okay, now that I think I've gotten everything bound tight, nothing else moving on its own accord here, it is time for me to loosen up on my tension. So now I'm going to a light tension. Slowly feeling around for the pin that wants to move. Feels like pin 1. Okay, there we go. Pin 1 set, and I still have my false set. Okay, a couple clicks out of 5. Okay, virtually no tension right now, just real light tension. Testing pin 1 again, checking pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, and just real slight counter rotation on pin 5. So let's go ahead and go with him. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to switch to a just slightly deeper hook, because it is all the way in the back underneath of some really low cuts on the key. I mean, there's feedback on it, but it's not enough to really want to move on its own. So just let me double check everything else one more time. It may be a little bit slower doing all the double checking, but it's worth the effort. Okay, so I'm going to manually release some tension. Okay, 5 just went up a little bit. And I got some of my false set back, so something dropped down. It feels like it might have been pin 1, so I want to go back in with the hook I originally started using. I got counter rotation on 1. And there we go, it's open. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what Mr. Random Lock stuck in here for us. These little pins out of the way. I've been playing with one of those blue master locks. And I've got a key. So we're going to go ahead and lock it up. Random, once again, thanks for all the locks you sent me. It was a real surprise to actually receive them, and after them being stolen off my doorstep. And it looks like I'm going to have some pretty good fun getting into them, because that one actually talked to me. Let me know who wanted to be picked, and I love that in the lock. And that ain't the right follower, guys. Yeah, I know I'm not following my general cardinal rule of shim everything, but I definitely didn't feel any T-pins in there. And especially no T-pins since these construction holes aren't sealed up. So let's go ahead and look and see what he did. I've got a standard in 1 for the key pin, a serrated spool in 2, another serrated spool in 3, a standard in 4, and a standard in 5. And looking at the plug, he did do some work in it. You can see countermilling in chambers 1 and 5. And it is in both directions, so it would have affected me either direction I chose to pick. And I see threads in chambers 2 and 3. Number 4 is standard. So he definitely put a lot of work into the plug too. So all in all, really fun so far. All that work really makes a difference. Okay, that guy popped out, but he was oriented that way towards the shear line. He's a serrated spool. Really nice looking pin. Another serrated spool. We've got a standard, then a standard, and then another nicely serrated spool here. And we can go ahead and take a look. He did thread chambers 1, 2, and 5 in the Bible because he went right through the bottom of the lock here. And that does correspond with the serrated pins. Looking at the springs, they all look the same, so I'm not going to take them out. But I will give you a good close-up of these pins because he did a pretty good job on making these. Just a standard in 1. Then we've got a nicely serrated, tapered down mushroom spool. Then we've got a serrated, tapered down mushroom spool plus another serration. And we got another standard, of course, and then another standard. The pins up top are pretty much all the same as far as the security pins he made to put in here with 2 standards. So we've got a serrated with a nice spool. They're really, really sharp lips on these serrations. I mean, they're almost razor sharp or knife edge sharp. This one has 3 serrations, this one has 4, and this one has 3. And the spools are cut all a little bit differently as well. You can tell this one has more of a concave to it. This one's a little bit more straight, and this one's kind of halfway in between the 2. Anyway, Random, great job with the lock. Thanks for sending it, plus all the other locks you sent my way. And everybody else, please stay safe, don't do anything illegal, and please like and subscribe.